New Testament. The Judaizers were people who became Christians and then realized that the leaders of the Christian community were changing the rules on them. Just as some of the people from the old did not want to give up the old Hebrew way in order to become Israelites, so the Judaizers didn't want to give up the old Jewish ways to become Christians. Just as some of the folks accused Moses and Aaron of inventing their own religion, so the Judaizers accused Paul of inventing his own religion, just as many of the Israelites in Moses' days wanted to return to Egypt, so the Judaizers wanted to return to Judaism. This is the falling away to which the New Testament refers to a number of times. Some of those followers that had those beliefs against Moses were killed. The rebels of Moses' days died during the 40 years in the wilderness. Their beliefs, however, continued to find expression in Israel. From the time of the conquest under Joshua to the exile under Nebuchadnezzar, there were many people who insisted on worshiping God on high places. They insisted that they were, and that not those who served the tabernacle temple were the true Hebrews. They insisted they were the true sons of Abraham, and that the promised land belonged to them. They worshiped God, they claimed, in the same way Abraham and the patriarchs did, at altars that they made themselves. With sacrifices they offered themselves. They claimed that they were preserving the old ways, but the prophets said they were idolaters who had become corrupt and pagans. He had become corrupt with paganism. How true was this claim of the high places? It was not true at all. The true sons of Abraham were those who accepted the Mosaic covenant. The true owners of the promised land were those who moved into the new covenant at Mount Sinai, and who set aside patriarchal worship for something better. At the exile, God removed the high places permanently from his land, and he gave it to those who would be loyal to the temple worship. The same is true with the new covenant. The Judaizers and those Jews who would not accept Jesus were killed at the end of the 40 years, the wilderness period from AD 30 to AD 70. Their beliefs, however, continued to find expression among the Jews who survived. The Ebionites carried on the heresies of the Judaizers, and the Talmudic Jews carried in the heresies of the Pharisees. They insist that they, and not the Christians, are the true Jews. They insist that they are the true sons of Abraham and that the promised land belongs to them. They worship God. They claim in the same way that the Jews of Jesus' days did, through Passover and synagogue. They claim that they preserve the old ways, but the New Testament and the Christian religion say that they are idolaters and have become corrupt with paganism. You see in the parallels here? Of course. How true is the claim that the post-New Covenant Judaism? Is it not true at all? The true sons of Abraham and of the biblical Jews are those who accept the New Covenant. The true owners of the promised land are those who moved into the new covenant with Jesus and who set aside Passover and synagogue for something better. At the Holocaust in AD 70, God removed the Jews from his land and gave legal title to those who would be loyal to him. If you notice that the modern Jews occupy the land of Palestine only because Christians in the West supply them with money, arms, technology, and legal treaties. The promised land belongs to the sons of Abraham, which are Christians. And the only reason that modern Jews are there today is because Christians let them be.